Well, it looks like you've succeeded. You are full of surprises, Patrick. You've apparently learned to harness that stone's power quite effectively, slain my entire family, done what I could not. You even bested Kaisinger. There must be some vengeful satisfaction there, eh?
What is this vile lie?
What's this? This is fate, old friend. I've spent the last 20 years fearing this moment, hoping to figure a way out of this curse. All I need is that stone you carry to end my misery.
But I saw you die.
You saw what you wanted to see. An old friend hacked down by his black sheep of a brother,
Yet slain by a weapon powerless to our curse. Of all people, Patrick, you should know the sole purpose of the scythe. I wish I could have planned on the hot-headedness of Ambrose, but I couldn't have created a better ruse for myself. No way did you suspect me. You thought my siblings killed me, and your blind rage did the rest. Oh well, it matters little now. You've completed the work I could not.
You were my friend. Why are you doing this?
Oh yes, I guess we were friends once. But on that faraway continent, I felt the inevitable calling of my brothers and sisters. I was drawn back to this land, to the death that stirs beneath us. I died the day I saved you on that battlefield, seared by that blast from the Shaman Stone. However, I awoke from my death with lifeless eyes, enslaved to do the bidding of the king. I could no longer deny what was in me, but you unwittingly held the key.
You can't think I'll let you get away with this, Jeremiah.
You should be grateful I'm killing you. You won't like the world I've planned. Once I have the stone and drain the power of this old king beneath our feet, I'll show the world the true meaning of reality.
You know what, Jeremiah? You talk too much. Where am I? Yo, it can't be.
I'm not done with you yet.
There's no way of telling where that Gilzabar stone disappeared to. Into a bottomless ocean, or an eerie phantasm of sorts. I drifted out to sea. It took months to finally get my strength back. I think I finally have some idea of what went on. The beast I slayed manipulated the Covenant family the same way Jeremiah did to me. It called for him, and he called for me. The creature was a guardian, a sentinel of the gate to somewhere. Some when. The Celtic warrior was just a sacrificial lid on a tomb that was never supposed to be open. Oh sure, I've tried to convince myself that it's all over now. The terror, the battles. I've got to get away and rest, where no one will find me. You see, I looked into the Brotherhood of St. George, and I found other monasteries scattered all over the world. And other gates, too. Watched by other guards, no doubt. About the only thing I fear anymore is that they'll call me again.